Hey everybody! So today we wanted to do a video about something that kind of happened to us last week. We want to talk about conflict when you drive as a team. Whether you're a husband and wife team or just teaming with a friend or another teammate that you've been paired with from an owner or a carrier. When you drive as a team, no matter what the situation is there's going to be times that conflict arises.
Even as husband and wife?
Even as husband and wife. There can be conflict on the loads that you take.
One of you may want to do that run, one of you may not, you know?
We had this situation last week, and that's why we thought about doing this video, just to talk about it, because I know a lot of times our videos, we don't show when we're having conflict, and we don't have a lot of conflict, but it does arise. Ooh, what's that?
Bugs.
Oh, it's a lightning bug.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what happens when you're in nature doing a video. But we wanted to come out here because we were like, man, this is an awesome setting for
It's so nice today, too. Not a cloud in the sky.
Right. We had a situation last week. This is just an example. We did 3 minis last week.
Three minis in a 24-hour period.
Yeah, and on the third mini, I was tired of doing minis. We were tired. It was just one of those nights where, you know, we don't like doing minis to begin with, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. Jason is the one who accepts all of our loads.
Yeah, I do all the talking with dispatch. I do the accepting and refusals and...
And when you're a team, no matter what kind of team, you're probably going to have one person that does that. There's going to be a lead driver, and they're the one usually that will accept loads. Now, when on the third mini that Jason accepted, I was done. I was not happy. I was not a happy camper.
She didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it either, but I was thinking more logically. They really needed our help on it. It didn't pay real great, you know, it wasn't a real great pay and run, but they needed our help. We did make really good money on the previous run we did. Good money we made on the last one. Kind of figured it would trickle over into this one, and for all 3 we would make good money.
Right.
But no, Heather, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it either. She was upset with me that night.
I was upset.
And rightfully so, because, you know, of course we were talking about the second one we were doing, and I was like, you know what, I won't take another one. If they offer us another one, I'm going to tell them no. And, you know, so I got her thinking that I'm going to turn down the next one. Then, you know, I was just upset at the time when I was talking, but after telling her that I would do one thing, and then all of a sudden I changed my mind and do another.
Yeah, so of course I was like, what are you doing? You said you weren't going to do this. So anyway, make a long story short, you know, after it's said and done, you know, and I had some time to think about it, you know, Jason always has our best interests in heart, and he's never going to take something that doesn't make sense or we're not going to make money on. But it's just an example we wanted to share of, you know, some of the conflict that you may go through out here on the road.
I was in the doghouse that night.
Yeah. No matter how well you get along with your teammate, you know, we're husband and wife, but we're also a team in the business. We run the business together, you know, and sometimes I guess in that situation I felt like my opinion didn't matter, but that wasn't the case. So that's just some of the things you're gonna have to deal with when you're out here on the road as a team. I
couldn't even imagine how a team that don't even know each other team together.
Yeah, and that's
you know, if I was teaming with somebody who was taking runs I didn't want to take, you know, I could see how that could create a lot of conflict.
Yeah,
so, you know,
that's something you're going to have to think about. But if you're thinking about getting out here,
if you don't have a wife or girlfriend or a family member to come out here with, and you're thinking of going to team whoever they team you up with, those are the kind of things.
There could be conflict with load accepting, with drive times.
Especially if they accept a load that's going to be on your time that you're going to be having to run. Now you're running a run you didn't want to run that the other guy accepted.
Right.
And you're going to be like, well, what the hell, dude? You know, shouldn't I have had some say in that, you know?
Right.
So, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. So there are some times that conflict can arise, and you just need to be prepared for that. That's why we wanted to kind of talk about that today, is, you know,
it happened to us last week, so we figured we'd share, you know.
You know, and be prepared, like Jason
We
said.
get frustrated with each other out here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, you got to work through it. And I was just trying to think of some of the things with teams that aren't husband and wife. Some of the conflict, like Jason said, you know, you've got a lead driver that's accepting loads, and the teammate may not like that. Another conflict is, you know, somebody may think they're driving more than the other one, or picking up and delivering loads more than the other one. There's, you know, just a lot of conflict.
And we have that with us.
Yeah.
Even with husband and wife, you know,
Yeah.
there's a week or two or here or there that where she's doing more of the pickups and deliveries. I mean, you guys probably notice on the videos, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she's mostly opening the doors and cranking the jacks in,
Yeah.
and it worked out that way that week. I try to make up for it elsewhere, or you know, it balances out towards a month or a couple months, you know, because there's times where we do a bunch of late night pickups that I'm doing, or I'm doing the deliveries. And
there's times when if we're doing a short run, it may fall where Jason's doing most of the driving the whole time.
Yeah,
you know, if we're doing a 500-mile run and it doesn't pick up till the afternoon, he's pretty much doing the whole driving all the way there, you know, and then I get up and do the delivery.
Yeah, there's some weeks that will happen every single day. We'll get a 500, 700, and you know, she'll, like, if it delivers in the morning, basically I'm driving the whole way there, getting us to a place where we can park until the place opens in the morning. Then all she's got to do is do the delivery.
Right.
And then we sit around and wait for our next pickup, and that don't come until the afternoon. And then I do the pickup, I do the driving, I get us to a safe place to park, and then she does the delivery in the morning, you know. And we've had weeks where every single day that happened.
Yeah.
I was like down to 20 hours, 15 hours, and she still had like 60.
Yeah. We are used to that. We know that that's going to happen, but I could see that becoming a problem with teammates that aren't
in the same household,
or are just getting out here.
Because how do you split the pay on that, you know?
Yeah.
How do you determine how to split that pay?
Well, and that's the thing. It should be split 50-50, but I could see how one person is like, well, I'm doing all the work, so I should get more money.
I could see that, yeah.
So it's just something to be aware of, I guess. We just wanted to share that. You know,
Right.
you've got to be, no matter what kind of team situation you're in, whether it's your spouse, your significant other, a friend, somebody you have no clue, have never met until you started driving with them, you have to compromise. You have to work it out between the two of you, or you're never going to get along, and you're never going to make any money, because you're always going to be fighting.
You're not going to enjoy the job.
You're not going to enjoy the job. When we do our videos, we show a lot of the good stuff because it is mostly good stuff.
You know, hey, that's a thing you should talk to a person that you're about to team with. You know, hey, well, we're going to have these weeks come up sometimes where one of us is going to do all the runs. But, you know, both people need a paycheck, you know. I mean, just because one driver does all the work in and the other driver just does the deliveries or something, you know. I mean, maybe try to come to an agreement, you know.
You're going to have to compromise.
It's because it's going to balance out.
Yeah,
you know, there's going to come a week where it's vice versa.
We wanted to talk about that just for you to be aware. And like I said, it doesn't matter even when you're husband and wife. And Jason and I get along so good, but we still have conflict. There are times that conflict arises, and you have to be prepared for that and know that it does happen and work through it. You know, you have to work through it. Otherwise, you know, you're running a business. You're a partnership. We're not only husband and wife, we're a partnership in a business.
And if you can't work through those type of things and, you know, be logical and think logical sometimes, and you don't have to think logical right at the moment of being upset with each other, just be the type of person that you can sit back, reflect, you know, say, okay, you know, hey, it is what it is. That's what happened.
Right.
You know, let's move on. Let's grow together. Let's try to make this work, you know.
And not only even in a husband, in just a team situation, period. You've got to be open and willing. If you're not open and willing to do that, to compromise, to come to an agreement, then you really shouldn't be teaming. You need to be a solo driver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple, just to put it bluntly. I mean, if you can't get along with another person, which I commend the people that do that, because if Jason and I weren't doing this, if something was to happen to Jason, I wouldn't be out here with somebody else. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. And
no, unless it was somebody I knew really good, a cousin, you know, something like that. But even then, I mean, yeah, we would have conflicts.
Yeah.
There's gonna be conflicts.
Yeah.
You're with a person so much that.
I mean, I think we've said it before. The most successful people in expediting are team husband and wife.
It really is.
It is.
It's a niche for husband and wives out here.
Not that
it's
other
a business that husband
yeah.
and wives can work together, and you know, if you guys are a good team at home, you know, you could be a good team out here, and but you're still gonna have your conflicts. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
It won't. You'll get frustrated with each other. One may want the day off one day, and the other wants to run.
Yeah.
One may want to go home, the other doesn't
Yeah,
want
we
to
had
go
that
home.
situation too. You
Yeah.
know, we're home right now.
Yeah.
We had to run really close to home, so we took the weekend because we needed to do some things. I didn't want to come home.
She didn't want to.
I did not
And I
wanna
was like,
come,
I want to
but
go. I wanted to.
We did
And-
need, after thinking about it, I was like, you know, we do need to do some stuff at home. You know, just another thing that came up. And
we got lucky with a run going to San Antonio, 2.5 hours from home. So.
And it was right on the weekend.
And it was on the weekend. We'll just take the weekend off, take care of some things. But yeah, it was funny. She didn't want to come.
Just one of those other things.
No. And, but all those no's, it like jinxed her, and we got a San Antonio run.
Oh my gosh. So we hope this video give y'all a little bit of insight.
Be prepared for challenges.
Yeah, be prepared for conflict, that you're going to have to deal with that out here, and have an open mind.
Yeah, be open-minded and try to work through it. Do what you
Yep.
can to work through it, because
Yeah.
it's a rewarding job. You know, it really is. It can be.
It
You know,
is.
it is what you make it, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all what you make it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing. And until our next video, peace, love, and
Peace.
expediting. What has she got on
I don't know. Bugs,
there?
flies.
Hopefully not tickworms.
Are they tickworms?
I hope not. Intermission.
Come here.